The last note of Isadora. Clara was always drawn to forgotten places. The abandoned mansion on the edge of the village seemed like the perfect inspirational place for a pianist looking for creative ideas. Dust-covered chandeliers hung silently, and old pictures watched her walk through the degradation. But what really captured her attention was the parlor's grand piano. Even though it was old, the instrument was still perfect, its keys shining in the moonlight that came in through the broken windows. When Clara pressed a single note, a frightening tune emerged, not one she played, but one that played her. She tried to stop, but her fingers moved on their own, crafting a tune that sent shivers down her spine. As the melody unfolded, a whisper echoed in her mind, "You will finish what I could not." As the night passed on, Clara's obsession on the music became stronger. Unable to resist the airy tunes create, she played until her fingers bled. Shadows grew around her, whispering long forgotten secrets. The more she explored the music, the more she was troubled by visions, memories that were not her own. Clara was playing the piano when she saw, in a flowing black gown, a woman was crying, a man's hand gripping her throat more tightly. A scream faded into the dark night. The name Isadora suddenly slipped from Clara's lips, though she did not know why. The spirit inside the piano began to rise. Clara searched through the old Region documents in a desperate attempt to find answers. She discovered the heartbreaking story of Isadora Moreau, a talented composer who was killed in that exact mansion a century ago. She was regarded as a musical genius, her compositions captivating everybody who heard them. Victor Bellamy, a fellow pianist whose work had been overshadowed by her brilliant work. He had just hated her talent. Victor used to be a well-known musician, but his reputation faded as Isadora's fame grew. Jealousy overcame him when she was asked to write a masterpiece for France's most prestigious music hall, an opportunity he had always desired. He confronted her at the mansion one stormy night and demanded that she leave the show. Isadora refused and said, "Music belongs to those who can touch hearts, not those who demand appreciation." Victor, blinded by anger, attacked her, bringing his hands around her throat, the same hands that used to play music. Her fingers clutched at the piano as she struggled, creating dissonant notes that echoed across the room. The last thing she heard was the sound of her incomplete melody. To make sure no one would ever hear her final composition, Victor hid her body under the floorboards and escaped the village, keeping his crime a secret. However, the guilt turned him mad, and he had not escaped Isadora's retribution. Later, he was found dead in a faraway city, his fingers twisted and broken, as if something had crushed them for punishment. Yet, Isadora's spirit remained trapped, her work unfinished, her soul restless. Clara went back to the mansion one last time, determined to release Isadora. Shadows moved around her while she played, and the walls trembled. The tune changed, turning into something terrible and vengeful. A ghostly figure emerged, the deformed, tormented shadow of Victor Bellamy. As Isadora's spirit emerged from the piano, her transparent form glimmering with defiant despair. His hollow eyes widened in fear. Her voice had changed from a whisper to a scream of pain and hatred as her hands came for him. As his spirit dragged into the darkness and his ghostly form was devoured, Victor screamed his last cries, echoing throughout the room. Silence descended upon the mansion as the shadows faded. Clara played the last note of Isadora's tune, grasping for air and shivering. Isadora smiled for the first time as a warm glow filled the piano. Her soul faded, freed from grief and anger. On the next day, the villagers discovered the mansion was empty. The untouched piano now carries a wonderful finished song, and behind the beauty of the music, if one listened carefully, there was just peace. No haunting screams, no restless spirit. Only the song of a soul finally set free. Subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.